Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the hidden strategy that pretty much shapes all the ads you see, the products you end up buying, and even the services you use every day. So yeah, let's get right into it.
Okay, so let's just dive in with a really simple question, one you've probably seen the answer to without even thinking about it, maybe at your local hardware store.
I mean, you think a drill is a drill, right? It spins, it makes holes, simple stuff. And yet, one is clearly built for heavy-duty all-day abuse on a construction site, and the other is, well, it's designed for putting together a bookshelf on a Saturday afternoon. It's the same basic product, so why on earth are they designed and marketed so differently?
Well, the answer is a really powerful marketing strategy that is literally all around us, and it influences a lot more than just power tools. It's called customer segmentation.
So here's the crucial thing to get. Businesses don't see one giant, faceless crowd of customers. Nope. Instead, they see a collection of smaller, distinct groups. They sort their whole audience into these neat little buckets or segments so they can get a much better handle on who they're actually talking to.
And this is where the magic really happens. Once they have these segments, they can tailor everything. They can pinpoint the very specific needs of one group compared to another. They can offer totally different products, like our two drills, or they can even take the exact same product and just market it in different ways to appeal to what each group really wants.
Okay, so how do businesses actually build these segments? Well, marketers have two basic approaches, and it all kind of boils down to a simple but really profound difference. Are they looking at who you are, or are they looking at what you do?
These are really the two main lenses they use to see their customers. One lens focuses on who you are, your background, the static stuff. The other focuses on your habits and your actions, the dynamic stuff. And believe me, this one simple distinction drives completely different marketing strategies.
And this breaks it down perfectly. On one side, you've got demographic segmentation. That's all about grouping people by fixed traits, things like your job or your social class. It's about who you are. On the other side, you have behavioral segmentation, and that's all about your actions, why you buy something, when you buy it, how you feel about a product. It's all about what you do.
So what does this actually look like in the real world? Let's dive into some pretty fascinating examples of these methods in action and see exactly how businesses might be categorizing you.
All right, first up, demographics. This is one of the oldest tricks in the marketing playbook. In the UK, for example, they have this very specific, long-standing classification system they use to group people based on what they do for a living.
Looking at this system, you can see how a company can get incredibly specific. They might target Group A, the senior executives, with ads for luxury cars, while aiming promotions for family holidays at, say, Group C2. It creates this direct line from your profession to the products you see advertised.
But it doesn't stop with your job. Oh no, it gets even more granular by looking not just at what you do, but where you live. The whole idea is simple. Birds of a feather flock together, right? It's a system called ACORN, and it works on the assumption that your postcode or your zip code says a lot about you. By analyzing all the characteristics of a neighborhood, marketers use ACORN to predict the lifestyle, the income, and the buying habits of the people who live there.
And you'd be shocked how specific the predictions can be. I mean, based on your address alone, a company might try to guess whether you buy premium or budget cat food or what kind of insurance you might be interested in. So yeah, your address can tell a company way more about your shopping habits than you might think.
Okay, so now let's flip over to the other side, behavioral segmentation. And this, for my money, is where it gets really interesting, because this method isn't about who you are in general. It's about what you do in a specific situation, your habits, your routines. Just take the simple act of going to the movies. A marketer observes that some people buy popcorn every single time. That repeated action, boom, it creates a brand new segment, the cinema popcorn eaters. Now, the cinema can target this group with combo deals or loyalty points, all based on one simple, predictable behavior.
So we've seen how businesses slice and dice their audiences. But so what? As a consumer, why should you care about any of this?
Well, at its best, this isn't about some sneaky manipulation. It's actually about relevance. By understanding these different groups, companies can stop just shouting generic messages into the void. They can start creating products and ads that feel more useful, more helpful, and actually in tune with your real needs. It's the reason a DIY enthusiast gets an ad for a lightweight drill, not a huge industrial one.
And that kind of brings us to our final thought. As you go about your day, just think about your own life for a second. Your job, your neighborhood, all of the things you buy out of habit. Based on what we've just talked about, what marketing segments do you think you're a part of? You might be surprised by just how many boxes you fit into.